So hello my dear brothers and boys, today we will play Kaiserredux but with the borders of Vanilla Hoi4. I tried to repeat them as much as possible, so I hope you will appreciate my work, cause everything was done with only my hands. Lots of things have changed on this map, and today we will look how the Kaiserredux universe will change under these circumstances. Especially since we know that this universe is crazy and schizophrenic. Alright though, it is something new. Crown Kingdom of Bohemia and Nitra. Damn, they've got a pretty cool flag. I approve it. Well, if you want to know what had happened with Africa, it was decolonized. I mean, partially decolonized, since all of these states are just puppets of United Kingdom, France or Belgium. And here is also the political situation in Europe in 1936, and as you may see, the influence of the Reichspakt and the Danubian Federation has rapidly decreased. So if Germany wins the Second Weltkrieg, well, that's gonna be a great achievement. As the Reichspakt has lost all of its influence all across the world, like they've got no positions except for Morocco, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, and some other European states like Lithuania, Poland and Belgium. Also, I want to mention that I didn't change China, since I didn't want to break the mechanics of the Kaiserredux, so it has stayed the same. Broken once more. And the situation with the rest of the world is kinda the same. It looks like we've got some first major changes since Russia has turned into a Soviet Republic, and so did the Far Eastern Russia. But the Far Eastern Russia is ruled by the Russian Hitler. Adolf Hitler was the name Vasily Hitler. In fact, those dudes can now unite in one country. Fun fact, Serbia is now a member of the Force International. Yep, here we go again. Okay, so the Far Eastern Republic has joined the Force International to help the Russian Soviet Republic to win the Civil War. Well, since are becoming even more crazier. Currently, Savinko is dominating the Civil War, and oh my god, what is happening in Donbass. The positions of all sides of this conflict are crazy. Crazy enough to look at this and say, how the hell did you appear here and how the hell did you appear right here? New York is controlled by the Russian Soviets, Donetsk is controlled by Savinkov, and the rest of the Donbass is controlled by the Russian Volunteer Army. Dude, this is really funny to look at. Well, I can understand everything that is happening in the Russian Civil War, but excuse me, the appearance of the German Crimea is an unexpected event. Who the hell could expect to see the German Crimea right here and right now? Ain't no way Brits have created the United Palestine without a Jewish state on a map. Sounds interesting. Well, now it's obvious that Savinkov is cooked since he's losing all his positions in the Civil War. Oh, so it looks like we've got a new president of America. Red Willie. William Haywood. The race of Red America is coming closer and closer, comrades. Dude, this is the true rise of the communards in Europe. Just look, Belgium, Poland, Sweden, Norway, they all have turned in the side of the communards. And that's just the beginning. It looks like Entente has gained a new major position in Europe. However, I'm not sure about its usability. Yo boys, check this out, it's American Jihad. The Nation of Islam is fighting against the racists from the Constitutional American Republic, and they are gaining some major successes. Wait, United Kingdom and Canada? That is something new. Well, Austrians have succeeded in this campaign as they have formed the Danubian Federation. It isn't as big as the original one, but still, Karl I has formed a great Austrian state. Excuse me, I don't know how did this happen, but the Russian Socialist Federative Soviet Republic declared war on the Ukrainian Socialist Republic of Peasants and Workers. So Ukraine used to be the Russian puppet, but it has somehow broke away from Russia, and now they are fighting against each other once again. And why am I not surprised? Oh yeah, they've got no chances to fight against the Russians, and also Russians have expanded previously on Latvia and Estonia, and now they are dealing with the White Karelia. which has also somehow gained the pieces of Finland, so a major part of Finland is going to become a part of Russia. Today everything is going in the favor of Russia. While it seems that Rats are not going to win the Civil War, meaning that the successor of the American Civil War is going to become the United States, was Douglas MacArthur, because he wears an epic sunglasses together with a cool hat. These are the main reasons of their success in the Second American Civil War. Gary, we finally found you! Say meow. Oh no, what an awful color. Mr. Floppa don't approve such a choice. Ain't no way. Bob Marley is ruling Tanzania. Bro, you need to make some good music. Bro is going to produce a great music for the entire country. Excuse me, but what type of connection Afghanistan has to the Pan-Buddhist National Liberation Front? Since Afghanistan is a 100% Muslim country. In my opinion, two crazy guys wants to help each other, and probably Afghanistan wants to get a small piece of Chinese territory to expand its influence all across the world. Glory to the schizophrenic brotherhood. Meanwhile in China, Queen Imperial Authority is dominating over leftists. So they have totally crushed the Kuomintang government, and now the Queen Imperial Authority has all chances to unite China under its rule. Oh my god, what a poor Rex Pact. Bro didn't deserve to die like that. Excuse me, but how did the Nation of Islam manage to join the Japanese co-prosperity sphere? On the other hand, it guarantees the Nation of Islam that it won't be conquered by the United States. I'm sure that Mr. MacArthur isn't happy about that all. So, the Second World Crack has started with the Russian invasion into Crimea and Lithuania. That's a bit different from what we usually see in Kaiserredux. And on the next day, the Federation of the Commune of France declared war on the German Empire. Good luck, pal. I hope you will survive this mess. Well, Germans are pretty lucky today, since Russians have no access to the Germans' main territory, meaning they can capture only the East Prussian territory. Well, it gives more chances to Germany to survive this mess and hold on the French front line, and probably one day Austrians will join to help them. Now that sounds interesting because the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Canada declared war on the Union of Britain. The fight between the Giant Entente and the Third International has finally started. So Poland has joined the Russian alliance, which means that Germany is cooked now. Yep, there are no chances for Germans to survive this mess. On the other hand, we see that Karl I decided to help his buddy from Berlin, and he has joined this war as well, with some of his allies located in Italy. However, it's hard to believe that even the united Germany together with Austro-Hungarian Empire can deal against the Russians and their alliance and the Third International. In the next few weeks, Berlin was captured by the Russo-Polish forces, so yeah, goodbye German Empire and goodbye the Danubian Federation. Excuse me, what? They have declared the war on the Ottoman Empire? If only Bulgaria was on the side of the Germans, we could state that it is a full repeatment of the First World Crack. Yeah, Germans have capitulated in 3 months. Goodbye Mongolia, you were fighting like a champ. But declaring the war on the Far Eastern Republic of Russia, where the local Russian Hitler rules this place, was a big mistake. Mongolia is going to become yet another Soviet republic. Oh my god. Now the entire Europe is united under the rule of the Third International. Well, that is surely not the borders of the vanilla Hoifor. Wait, the Nation of Islam is expanding on Cuba. Is that a jihad of Cuba? One of the only safe places left in Europe is of course the Swiss Confederation. However, everything isn't as good as you might imagine even with this country. As you may see, they are becoming more and more leftist, which isn't so good. And one day Switzerland is going to become yet another socialist country as well. You know what? Albania is just Albania. Alright, that's gonna be crazier since now the Third International is expanding not only in Europe, but also on the Middle East, in Asia, and they even got into Tibet. Poor Tibetan monks. So, any last words, Pacific States of America? If only Donald Trump became the president of the United States in 1940, he would definitely crush the Nation of Islam and united America once again. You know what? Nothing much has changed for the Danubian Federation. Serbia definitely looks like an imposter in this alliance, as they are paternal autocrats and they are the member of the Third International. Thanks to Russians. Well, goodbye British India. You did your best to unite India, however you are too weak to do that. And like I said, the Qin Empire is going to cook in this campaign. Brudas, I guess that is the end for the French national state, as communards have landed on its territory and now they are coming closer and closer to their major cities, so we shall say goodbye to the French national state in the upcoming months. And alone with that, the entire African continent will be captured by communards. Excuse me, but why does everyone wants to fight against the Entente? Even the Japanese Empire started their invasion into the Indo-Chinese Federation. Wait a second, is that a new crusade against the Islam? The United States of America declared war on the Nation of Islam. Oh, that's gonna be interesting because the Nation of Islam has around 50 or 60 divisions, which is more than enough to stand against the United States, so we will see how this war will go. Bro, why the hell are you smiling? Your country is dying. Nanin is one step away from entering of the forces of Yunnan and you're smiling. Bro is the most optimistic person in this universe. Oh my god, so the French national state has capitulated and so did its puppets. Now Entente has some major problems as currently Commune of France has major positions in Africa, and thus threatens the rest of the colonies that has left in Africa. And what's even more interesting is that Social Democrats are now ruling the Commune of France. So technically they are not a radical leftists anymore. Which means that Commune of France is kinda the same to the Swiss Confederation. So the main leftist is no more a radical leftist anymore. As you may see, the Third International is totally dominating over the Southern and Central Africa, as Brits can do nothing against them. Bro, how the hell did you get here? It is a place of penguins, not of the Japanese occupants. In April 1942, the Communard forces have reached the American coastline, capturing Boston and the nearby cities and provinces, and thus threatening Ottawa and the Kingdom of Canada itself. Meanwhile, the Emperor Puyi is truly dominating over the Japanese Empire and its sphere of influence, as they have almost captured Vietnam, they are entering Thailand, and also the situation in Korea is going in favor of Beijing. What a base Chinese empire we've got today. As you may see, Japan isn't doing so well since Americans have landed into its territory and they have already captured Hiroshima and Okayama. The situation is honestly catastrophic for the Sun-Rising Empire. And the situation is no better in Republic of Australasia since communards have landed here as well. Oh my god, just look at the amount of buffs that Australasia has. I'm impressed of it. Ain't no way, Brudas, the Americans have entered Tokyo. That is surely the end for the Japanese Empire. Well, and the amount of Japanese divisions is catastrophic. And it also looks like that the Spanish Civil War will end up in a favor of Kingdom of Spain, as they managed to reach Barcelona and the Carlist Spain isn't doing so well. Whoa, something is happening in South America, where Uruguay declared war on the Socialist Republic of Argentina. Oh hell no man, it is ruled by women. That's not good. Hell yeah, the Americans have destroyed the Japanese Empire. Which also means that the Second American Civil War has officially ended since the Nation of Islam was captured. Yeah, we finally see it, the end of the American Civil War. In my opinion, fighting with communards is gonna be the #1 thing for Douglas MacArthur. So the state of Japan was recreated, and Hirohito is still the emperor of this state. Bro can easily switch sides. Now Brazil is fighting against Argentina, and that's pretty good, cause someone had to stop this crazy woman from ruling a giant country. Unexpectedly, the Spanish Civil War has ended in favor of the Spanish Popular Republic. If you want to understand why, just take a look at those pieces of Spain and you will understand everything. The communards have entered this civil war. Oh no, they are attacking my lovely Swiss Confederation. What did they actually do to you? Oh, I guess that's because they choose the social conservative government instead of a social democratic one. Meanwhile, Luxembourg stays the same and stays neutral, and they even nationalized the wine industry. Now we know that the true alcoholics live in Luxembourg. As you may see, the world is becoming totally red. And the last basin of capitalism in it is the United States of America together with the Qin Empire. China and the United States. What a mix. Oh hell no bro, they established a Helvetic commune on the place where Switzerland used to be, and south part of it has gone to Italy while western part has gone to the Commune of France. Geneva and Ticino were stolen from its rightful owners. Well, honestly, I didn't catch a point where Qin Empire declared war on the communards. Now Qin Empire has some big troubles. As previously they have successfully united China, and now they are going to struggle against the Russians and French communards. I'm not sure the Qin Empire can hold such an immense offensive from all the sides, from Tibet to Vladivostok. Hell yeah, Argentina, ruled by the crazy woman, has capitulated. That's a pretty good news. However, bro made a big mistake when he attacked the Socialist Republic of Chile, which is a member of the Third International, and now the Empire of Brazil has some major troubles. Ain't no way Brazil is going to become the next member of the Third International. Oh dog, the eagle holding a rose. What a based icon for a popular patriotism. And now I want to see the icon of an unpopular patriotism. Okay, so yet another dude wants to join the Third International, and this time it's Peru. Goodbye, my lovely Chinese comrade, you did your best fighting with communards. So now it's obvious that the Empire of Brazil is going to become the Commune of Brazil. Excuse me, but how did the Russians manage to get to Peru? Bro, did you try to search for Paddington here? You are a bit stupid because we all know that he lives in London. Which is the capital of the Great Britain, Union of Britain. Please don't send me to a mountain glug. Congratulations boys, now the communards rule the whole of South America. And that's not even a joke. So it took only 10 years for the Third International to conquer the entire world. Yeah, the entire world. Yeah, we've still got a Canada, which will obviously capitulate one day, and we've got the United States, which could probably turn the situation in the better side for Canadians, but they are just sitting and chilling. The Democratic president prefers to stay neutral and just rebuild the United States. We also saw an epic comeback of the Qin Empire, which was then destroyed by the communards. However, if we take a closer look to Europe, we see this. Yeah, the last bastion against communards has formed in Iceland, in the form of Vikings. And Belarus stays neutral just like they always do. So the main idea of this challenge is simple: if you give Kaiserredux the borders of Vanilla Hoi4, the whole world will turn into a one commune, a giant commune. Put a like on this video if you want to become as cool as the Commune of Luxembourg.